D, you sit on this app and you curate lies about my children. Now, y'all know I don't play that shit about bad moms on this app, and I could never in my fucking life be one. And you could never in your fucking life paint me as a bad mother, because I have never in my life been a bad mom. What I find so funny is that you posted this video of you singing the lyrics to T Grizzly First Day Out. And I'm pretty sure that you are 100% YT. And you did not skip over the N-word. You said it clear as day, and y'all can go to her page and see it. This is Mama D in a Facebook group trying to get me canceled or whatever, but this is what she's putting in here. This is her typing this out. And then down here, I had to cross this out because this is the hard R that she literally typed out just the other day. Donna, the live that you posted about me saying that I neglected my children because Amiri hit Alani, that's crazy. And Trey was sitting in the living room with them, and I have that shit clipped myself. But you want to try to make it seem like my kids were in the living room alone and that Amiri got hit by April. And if you knew my oldest daughter, you would know that she's a put her hands on nobody. And Amiri is one, so hitting is like a normal fucking thing for a 1-year-old to do, and we are trying to nip that shit in the butt. Trey. Amiri, what did you do?
The same thing you do always.
Why are you hitting your sister? You don't hit. My kids fight over toys. They hit each other. They're kids. Like, be so fucking for real. But to really lie and say that my 6-year-old hit my 1-year-old is absolutely insane.
I am not Drew's side piece, and I'm so tired of saying this. And I've told you guys before, and I've showed you guys a million times, Morgan lies for content. Like, I joke around here and there, but I would never make like some serious video like spreading some false ass lie. I am not Drew's side piece. We have gone live together. Mind you, I didn't even know who the Resilient Jenkins were until a couple of months ago when I ran into Morgan's page on my For You page. And then the whole Drew's side piece thing, I didn't even see her page until she already had like 5K followers. We live in different states, we have different names. We've already proved and showed IDs that we're different people, and we went live together. But I was not expecting Drew's side piece to post this morning. It says that this is pretty crazy to say when you were the one that paid me to make this account. So did mommiimk like set this up? Because now mommiimk is attacking Drew's side piece. Absolutely no reason, because they thought that we were cool.
My kids can no longer go to my grandma's house, so let's talk about it. So a creator on here befriended somebody that used to be friends with my sister. I have never met this girl. I have never seen this girl in person. I have only ever spoke to her over the phone. My sister has obviously been friends with her. I did not know her. Now, this creator had this girl go to my grandma's house with her mom, go up to my grandma's door and knocked, and then waited for somebody to open the door, and my sister did not open the door. My sister was home. She had a newborn baby with her because she was babysitting for her friend. My kids were not there. But if my kids were there, what were your intentions? So now I can't send my kids to my grandma's house or go to my grandma's house because I have literal real-life stalkers. And I'm just saying this right now. If y'all see me on the jail page, if you see my mugshots, just know I saved my record for my children. That's all I'm saying. He's already said that somebody pulled up to my grandma's trying to find me. That has already been proven not true, because I never...
But wasn't this you, Morgan, claiming that I did pull up to your house or send somebody, and it was actually a lie? Let's watch that clip.
Real life stalker. My kids can't go to my grandma's house because of a real life stalker. Let's talk about it. So let me make something clear. Donna, aka Mama D, on here, creator, she sent Hannah, who she befriended, that's from Illinois, not from wherever she's from, befriended her and convinced her and her mom to show up at my grandma's house at night while me and my kids were even there, but to see if my kids were there.
So, like I said, mommiimk just be on here lying for content like I told y'all before. She's constantly just making up stories out the neck to get people to feel bad for her, to give her attention. Like, she's literally dying right now for any type of content idea, and it's giving you don't even know what to do with your own content besides bash moms. Like, girl, if you're gonna lie on me, keep your story straight. But anyway, let's talk about this below. And let's talk about some strange behaviors that mommiimk has been doing. So, as you guys know, this isn't Morgan's first time, mommiimk's first time posting that CPSs came to her house, when they really haven't. She's just lying, and this is all just rage bait and skits for her to pulling views because she doesn't get any. And she's been trying to use this fake CPS call as content when she knows that there's been actual multiple people resolved around the Resilient Jenkins drama, and people like myself who have innocently had CPS falsely called on them from TikTok, and trying to use what we've actually gone through for your own content is just fucking weird when you're a mother yourself. Because here's the thing, there's actually people on this app who have actually dealt with CPS. And you've all seen it in real time during the Resilient Jenkins drama when it was getting really bad. When they were trying to control the narrative, just like Morgan does. So when someone lies or exaggerates about a CPS call, just to monetize, that is not a flex, and it's really strange behavior coming from a mother herself. It's not clout, it's not rage bait. It's a system that permanently affects children and parents. CPS is not a joke. And mommiimk is one of the biggest problems to all of this drama. Let me be very clear about something, because apparently this needs to be said louder. Attacking a domestic violence victim who is trying to leave her abusive situation is disgusting, period. It takes courage to walk away from abuse. It takes planning, it takes survival thoughts, it takes fear, it takes strength. You need to have support system. And mommiimk has been doing nothing but bashing Coco Bliss and using her abusive situation for content. And instead of supporting that, you got a grown woman, a mom with daughters at that, on TikTok attacking a DV victim for clout, just so she could have something to make content about. And that's literally bullying somebody at their most vulnerable time. And sitting there attacking a DV victim is literally only giving her abuser more power. You should be ashamed of yourself, especially as a woman yourself. You better hope you don't ever find yourself in a situation like this, Morgan. And if you've never even been through domestic violence, you don't get to have a say in it and what victims do. Stop using your platform to shame a domestic violence victim, Morgan. She decides to get on this app every single day and talk about the Resilient Jenkins, talk about Amanda MCG, just like other moms, whatever. And now she's like being a T-page. Like technically she claims to be like a child advocate almost in a way. So yet you're mom shaming 24/7, but yet you have put a child in danger before. And it was a child that she was babysitting that was definitely under 8 years old, did not have no seatbelt, no car seat, and she was the driver and was okay with that. And I have known multiple people that have lost people that way. And even one of the people that she's talking about on her page right now is a mom that lost her child because they didn't have a seatbelt on. And she came on here making fun of the Jenkins and talking about car seat mommy. She literally had this woman that she was bashing for their car seat straps. But Morgan, you didn't even have a kid in a car seat, nothing like that. The hypocrisy is real. And mind you, I've never had any charges that has anything to do with children. I would never put a child in harm.
Let's talk about Mama Marie Internet Tea's court case. Now, this is a screenshot of her claiming that her leasing office, who was Charlemont Apartments, let her terminate her lease early so that she could move somewhere else. After I made my video the other day, the first time about this, she changed her name from Mama D to Mama Marie. So let's just make that very clear. Now, her landlord that she claimed let her terminate her lease early is actually taking her to court for failure to pay rent. And she actually has a trial coming up on February 17th. Now, I find this very hilarious considering the fact that you tried to flex that you moved and that somebody else paid for it. That's not a flex, and it's actually quite embarrassing. And if that wasn't embarrassing enough, well, I think working at the grocery store cupping fruit just might be. She also makes fake claims that CPS shows up to her house over Resilient Jenkins drama. She was also recently fired from Amazon over the holiday season because she also was posting content at work while on the job.
So the audacity is crazy. So mommiimk went looking up my records and she was trying to dig and search and find charges on me. But what she really found was absolutely fucking nothing. But what she forgets to tell everybody is that she has a criminal record. And it involves a child. Girl, I don't even have any parking tickets. 100% got a clean record. But what you don't have is a clean record, Morgan. And you know what you got charged for that's gonna be on there forever? So what's this, Morgan? You wanna explain? It doesn't matter how long ago this was, you still put a child in danger, boo. And since you wanted to play FBI so bad, I went and looked yours up. And why are you the person with actual real charges that are criminal, girl? I love that you went searching for dirt on me, and the only thing that came out about this is all the dirt that I found on you and how you bring danger to minor children. And you were not the first person to tell me that. I heard all the time that she's constantly deleting people, blocking them, especially when they bring facts right back to her, because she doesn't like seeing the truth. But y'all are gonna see next week that she's lying for content, like she always does. She does this all the time. She never has her facts straight. But I know one thing that I got my facts straight about is her record. So it's real funny that you want to go and be pulling up someone else's record when you have a worse one than me, girl. I have a clean record. Let's be for real. So Mommy MK made another video about me, and I find it funny that you're running your mouth when your man still works the 9-to-5 rat race, boo.
Now, I find this very hilarious considering the fact that you try to flex, that you moved and that somebody else paid for it. That's not a flex, and it's actually quite embarrassing.
But what's more embarrassing is that this past summer you were telling everybody that your man works at Coca-Cola only making $18 an hour. And you guys have received government assistance before. But you're saying that I should be embarrassed that my man pays my bills. And by the way, my man makes $45 an hour tonight, working, by the way, so he can pay my bills, right? You're mad I have a good man, sis? It sounds a lot like jealousy to me. You're worried about every little thing about me, boo. Go seek help. You're obsessed. And you're jealous, Morgan. You're just mad that you gotta go do your 2 for $5 panty specials. You gotta get on here yapping away. You wanna be talking about me, baby. It sounds like rent is due for you, honey. But anyways, let's clock it. And I will never be embarrassed that my man is doing a man's job, baby. And I'm sorry that your man can't pay all your bills. So back in September, Mommy MK claimed that she was going to be pressing charges on her own blood sister. And let's watch this clip real quick.
I had to call the police the other day, so let's talk about it part 2. Here's an update of where the case is at right now. Let's get into it. So this girl and my sister, my little sister who's about to turn 21 next month, decided that they wanted to upload old, explicit, intimate photos of me on FB.
But Mommy MK's sister has spoken out about this and had reached out to one of my close friends who she knows in real life. And she claims that she never did that to Mommy MK and that she's just lying for content because it never even happened. And lying on somebody and trying to ruin their reputation, especially your own blood sister, is wrong. Who needs enemies when you have a sister like Mommy MK? But to lie on your own blood and flesh for content is crazy work. But anyways, let's talk about this down below. So let me get this straight. You got like all of my pages blocked, but you made a video claiming to know information that I only post on my stories on here.
I think working at the grocery store cupping fruit just might be.
Do I get your views, Morgie? You love me that much? You come to my page on Lurkers? Are you stalking my page? Do I get your money? I get paid for your views. Because I've only posted that to my stories that I cut fruit at work. And also, who said that it was at a grocery store? And also, I make a lot more money than I did at my old job, which is better for my children. So, clock it. Mommy MK made another video about me, and let's watch the clip and clock it, sis.
Also recently fired from Amazon over the holidays.
So, when was I ever fired from my job? And also, I was only working at Amazon as seasonal for the holidays because I already have another job. So it's normal that they let people go because it was only a temp. So once again, you're wrong, and I wasn't fired for anything. And I've had the same job since what it says down there. So I've literally been at the same place since 2018, boo. What are you talking about? But anyways, let's clock it and talk about this down below. So mommy MK emailed and called my job, and let's talk about it. So you were so mad over TikTok and so bothered and so obsessed with me that you had to go out of your way to figure out where my new job is, all because you got called out for lying on me. And then you had the nerve to message me on Instagram and tell me that you emailed my job and sent them my TikToks like I care. And also, my job doesn't care. And for someone who claims they're not obsessed with me, but you have to sit here and find my new job, which isn't even a new job, you just didn't know that I had 2 jobs. But either way, I still have a job, and nothing that you can say or do is gonna change that. So let's clock it. And I think it's funny you're so worried about me working a 9 to 5, and your man still has to work a 9 to 5. It is literally so dead wrong to lie and play to be a victim when you're not. And literally, I keep telling people that Mommy MK is worse than Brian Santos, and they don't want to listen. I could never imagine getting on social media and lying about my own blood sister. And did Morgan think that her sister wasn't going to speak out about this? I mean, she does have a fairly large platform, which makes it even more weird for her behavior because you think that she would be setting an example for upcoming creators, looking for collabs, whatever, but it seems like she just goes day by day with Go fuck you! Oh, Mommy MK wants to make a video about me moving. But what she didn't tell you guys is the reason why I moved. And it's because she doxed me.
Apartment D. Charleston.
And then I think it's also funny that you threatened me with legal action, but I have never once posted your address. And everything I have ever said about you, I come with receipts, honey. And guess what? Go ahead and send me whatever you're going to send me, and I will be requesting a discovery. But that is the reason why I moved. And mind you, she is a SW worker, and she promotes that on her platform. And she also knows that I am a mother, so that is why I moved, because you literally gave my address out to thousands and hundreds of people. But anyway, let's clock it. Why don't you just tell the truth, Morgan? Why don't you really tell people why I'm moving, honey? Were you gonna update us on that? Then she wants to talk about me with her mouth looking like this. And she claims that she's the top seller on ATW. She says that she makes bank from TikTok every month. But if that's the case, why is your mouth looking like that? And why are you running your mouth about me when it looks like that? Like, honestly, she just needs to go see whoever Santos got his piano key teeth from. Maybe he can help her. So, Mommy MK is shaming women for being with older men, but isn't this you?
Let old men buy your socks. You're so gross and you're broke.
So, you like talking to old men and entertaining them, sending them explicit photos of yourself for money, but yet you want to come on here and shame people for being with older men. And old men pay your bills, so let's be for real. She's even posted cash apps of old men sending her money, which is disgusting. And she also posts her children on the same place where she promotes her OF and ATW. And if you're gonna judge people for being with older men, then maybe you shouldn't be the biggest example of what you're trying to spew. But anyways, let's clock it. Mommy MK made another video about me, and let's watch it and clock it.
I'm a Marie. Let's talk about Mama Marie and her grandpa boyfriend that she just met. The old men buy your socks. You're so gross and you're broke.
So, who really likes old men, sis? And she made another post about me today saying that this was a traffic ticket. No, this is not a traffic ticket. And these are criminal charges for her putting a child in danger that was under 8 years old.
You a bitch. You don't really want problems.
Let's talk about Mama Marie and her grandpa boyfriend that she just met and just started dating and just started letting babysit her young children. Let's also talk about the court case that they have coming up, the trial that they have for failure to pay rent. Yeah, let's talk about it. You said that your leasing office terminated your lease because of your court documents so that you could move. But we know that's a lie because you have a case open from last month and this month for failure to pay rent where you just moved from. Now, here's the thing. You think posting about a ticket that I got when I was a minor is doing something. Now, that ticket that you're talking about that I got was from 2016. Nothing on there is from 2020 and after. No, I do not have a CPS case. No, I'm not a child abuser. You wish I was, though. But what you have is a open court case, a trial set to go to court for failure to pay rent. And you're mad and looking up anything that you can about me because you don't want people talking about you. But this is the thing. You do this every day about Brian Santos and Astrovino and me.
So she's calling me out because my man pays my bills. Ooh, big whoop-de-doo. But multiple old men pay her bills in exchange for ATW thing and explicit photos of her because she's a SW worker. So who's really being taken care of by old men? So she's calling me out because my man pays my bills. Ooh, big whoop-de-doo. But multiple old men pay her bills in exchange for ATW thing and explicit photos of her because she's a SW worker. So who's really being taken care of by old men? So she's calling me out because my man pays my bills. Ooh, big whoop-de-doo. But multiple old men pay her bills in exchange for ATW thing and explicit photos of her because she's a SW worker. So who's really being taken care of by old men? So she's calling me out because my man pays my bills. Ooh, big whoop-de-doo. But multiple old men pay her bills in exchange for ATW thing and explicit photos of her because she's a SW worker. So who's really being taken care of by old men? And you guys think that Brie Olsen is bad at posting children around SW work? No, mommiimk is so much worse. And she was even back at it doing it again today. In the same place where she posts her children at. In diapers, by the way. So, I'm gonna say this once and be very clear about it. mommiimk, you cannot keep posting your children on the same platform, the same page where you are promoting your SW at. And then expect people not to call it out, and it is disgusting behavior. Stop. And this isn't judging about what type of adult work you do because, you know, adults make adult decisions. But you are choosing to post your children in the same place where you're trying to attract an audience for adult content. And you are failing your children and to keep them safe. mommiimk wants to shame me because I live in a condo that my man bought me. But the thing is, I would have never had to move if mommiimk would have never posted my address on her live stream with over 3,000 people watching. But luckily, I have a man that makes well over $30 an hour and has a good job and multiple incomes and assets, and he was able to buy me a condo. Because it was unsafe for my children because of mommiimk posting my address everywhere. And either way, I was never sued from my last place, and court was dismissed, and she was just lying for content. But I have an indoor swimming pool here, I have a gym here, I have on-site daycare here, and I'm also in a gated community. There's playgrounds here, and there's so much for me and my children to grow here. And we also have a beautiful 3-bedroom. and I absolutely adore my new place. And this is a huge flex for me. I think why she's really mad is because she can't stalk me anymore and get my new address. And yes, I got this table from TikTok shop almost a year ago and I still have it, guys. I absolutely love this kitchen table, but anyways, I am just cleaning, doing my nightly routine as the kids are sleeping. And also my man works overnight. But anyways, let me show you guys this beautiful fireplace that he bought me that was $3,000. And then my couch was $5,000. And I don't even want to tell you how much this coffee table cost that he bought me for my new place. Anyways, good night, bestie. So I am at the courthouse and everything got dismissed today because my lease ended and I don't owe them any money. And like I said, Mommy MK was lying to you guys. And once it's updated on case search, I will be posting it because she is a fucking weirdo for saying that I would move out of somewhere and not pay for it. It was just a mix up in paperwork with my leasing office. So my lease is still ended at my old place and no, I don't owe them any fucking money. And let's clock Mommy MK once again. So back in May, I posted a video of Morgan and she was upset about it because I was clocking her once again. And this was in 2025. And she was making videos about a mom that had a brain tumor and had to downsize from a house to an apartment and was trying to mom shame her. So I called her out on it and told her that she should not be attacking a mom that had a brain surgery and a brain tumor. So fast forward, Mommy MK started messaging me. And this was a message from May of 2025 after Morgan posted a video about me lying on my children, lying on my fiance, and she told me to pull up to her grandmother's. And anybody that knows me, if you go tell me to pull up, baby, I will with no hesitation. And mind you, she says that her grandmother goes through elderly abuse on the daily, but then she said to pull up at her granny's house. Well, fast forward, I did send somebody to go and pull up on Morgan because if you think you're going to come on this internet lying about me and my children and thinking that there isn't going to be real life consequences, boo, you can save the tears because that shit's weird. You ain't no victim. So Mommy MK dropped her own address and she said to pull up. And then this is also a message that she sent me and she was like, what did she say? She said, I'm not going to say the person's name, but she said, who you sent to my grandma's house, correct? So yeah, somebody did pull up at her grandmother's house and Morgan was home and she would not come outside. After she has all this mouth on the internet, she can't handle it in real life. So I think it's so funny that she's sitting here trying to play like she's a victim, like she's being stalked. But you're running your mouth about people, you're lying on them, and then you're telling them to pull up, but then you want to call the cops and hide behind your granny when you tell them to pull up. But anyways, let's clock it, because that shit is weird, so save the tears, Morgan. So let me get this straight, and let's clock it. You've been with the same man since you were a teenager and you guys have never separated, always lived in the same household, and you guys have had children young. And you want to come on here talking about my court cases, but what's this? You put your baby daddy on child support so you could still receive link, which is AKA food stamps. So you out here committing food stamp fraud, but calling other people broke. And telling the food stamp office that you're a single mother and you live alone and pay all your bills alone to get benefits like Link, because you've said that in your videos before in the past, Morgan, that you used to get Link. You don't get it no more because they called on to what you were doing and you were scared of getting caught up. And this was less than like 2 years ago that you're receiving child support from your baby daddy that lives in the same house as you so you guys could get food stamps. And I hope you know that is a felony. But anyway, let's clock it because apparently we're all broke. And she's so rich.
Uh-oh, that sounds like better.
And let's clock Mommy MK once again. So back in May, I posted a video of Morgan and she was upset about it because I was clocking her once again. And this was in 2025. And she was making videos about a mom that had a brain.
Claiming you came to my grandma's house who lives in Illinois and you live in Maryland, Dundalk, is really, really concerning and scary. Now, this specific person has been going back and forth with me since about March or May. I think it was May of last year. She has made SA claims against my children many times. She also started a rumor saying that I uploaded my children on a SW site and very many other concerning things. Now, what I've noticed is that she thrives off of the attention that she gets off of me, but I need her to understand how crazy she looks, claiming that she came to my grandma's house and that I wouldn't come outside of my grandma's house to do what? This girl does not live anywhere near me. I live in Springfield, Illinois, and she lives in Maryland, and she has never came to my grandma's house. And claiming that you did is very concerning. He has also posted my son in only his diaper many, many times. Mind you, the one video that I did post him in a diaper, I deleted it and I never posted it again. Meanwhile, she has posted it many, many times. Now, you can feel bad for Miss Mama Marie Internet Tea all you want. But when you make allegations against my children who have never in their lives been essayed or touched, Mama Marie Internet Tea has a baby with her dad. Let's talk about it. It's all making sense now why you have been projecting and making false allegations of my children being essayed and touched. Because you have confirmed and sent me messages confirming that you do in fact have a child by your father. Receipts of me paying for groceries myself once again. And here's another one. Once again, a receipt. I do not receive food stamps. Trying to make your situation, what you went through, your essay, my children's essay, and to make false claims is very odd. And yes, she is a victim of her father. But does that exclude her from being talked about? Fuck no, I will take this shit straight to hell. And we can keep it going and I can talk about it all day, every day. Stop posting my kids with nothing on and stop accusing them of being essayed. But you have a child with your father? It's giving projection. It's giving you want that to be my children. You want that to happen to my kids. You want my children to so badly be victims of SA. She has also on many occasions, and I have said this a million times, has posted my son who is 2 years old and was 1 year old at the time, and only his diaper is very weird. And to use the picture of my son and only his diaper as a form of harassment is even weirder. And to shame me for putting my baby dad on child support and getting food stamps when we were broken up is very weird as well. Mama Marie Internet Tea has a baby with her dad. Let's talk about it. It's all making sense now why you have been projecting and making false allegations of my children being essayed and touched. Because you have confirmed and sent me messages confirming that you do in fact have a child by your father. Receipts of me paying for groceries myself once again. And here's another one. Once again, a receipt. I do not receive food stamps. Trying to make your situation, what you went through, your essay, my children's essay, and to make false claims is very odd. And yes, she is a victim of her father. But does that exclude her from being talked about? Fuck no, I will take this shit straight to hell. And we can keep it going and I can talk about it all day, every day. Stop posting my kids with nothing on and stop accusing them of being essayed. Let's talk about this comment right here. Now, you can feel bad for Miss Mama Marie Internet Tea all you want. But when you make allegations against my children who have never in their lives been essayed or touched, but you have a child with your father, it's giving projection. It's giving you want that to be my children. You want that to happen to my kids. You want my children to so badly be victims of SA. She has also on many occasions, and I have said this a million times, has posted my son who is 2 years old and was 1 year old at the time, and only his diaper is very weird. And to use the picture of my son and only his diaper as a form of harassment is even weirder. And to shame me for putting my baby dad on child support and getting food stamps when we were broken up is very weird as well. Let's talk about Mama Marie Internet Tea. Now, claiming that I get food stamps is crazy considering I pay for all of my groceries with cash. As you can see, I have attached receipts, and I can do more if you guys need me to. Now, I have not gotten any type of link or SNAP or TANF or any sort of like financial aid since about 4 or 5 years ago. And around that time, me and Trey were not together. I had moved out and I did put him on child support. Yes, the fuck I did. But this bitch has nothing else to bring up recently, so she has to find shit on the circuit clerk that is from literally years ago. Also, did you guys know that she had a baby by her dad? Yes, Mama Marie Internet Tea has a child with her father. And she did confirm that in my messages. Now, I want to make something else very clear. I never told her that she should be ashamed. But continuing to post my son in only his diaper as harassment and also making allegations of SA against my children is very odd. And it's definitely giving projection because that's what happened to you. And you cannot sue people over telling the truth.
Something that I find really disturbing is that mommiimk is a mother to daughters, and she's coming online and trying to use SA to harass and attack me, and she's doing it to multiple other women also. And she's been doing it for quite some time. And talking about someone else's trauma, spreading misinformation, that is not content, babe. And there's nothing that you can say or do that's gonna hurt my fucking feelings. Because I know who I am, and I'm very proud of who I am. And with you being a mother to daughters, every time you want to sit here and mock and shame a victim of SA, you are just teaching your children that when something happens to them, they're most likely not going to be believed. And then to sit here and say that I made false claims, that's really funny when there's multiple police reports. It's all public information since you want to go play FBI. So you can keep doing the back and forth, but I'm still going to keep clocking your shit. And there's nothing you can say that's going to end up hurting my feelings, Morgan. And nobody owes you an explanation for shit because you are absolutely nobody. You are just an SW. So we have ourselves another Brie Olsen and Ruby Jr. So back when I was a teenager, I was SA'd, which led to me getting pregnant as a teenager. And I've never shared that online before, but mommiimk is apparently contacting my family and going to expose that. And she's been saying it multiple times down in her comments. And harassing an SA victim is never okay. Did you not learn from seeing multiple other people get sued on this app over that? Because I'm telling you now, Morgan, if you talk about my SA, I will sue the fuck out of you. So apparently mommiimk is going to be talking to my family that I'm no contact with because I was SA'd when I was a teenager. And she thinks she's going to be exposing that. And to sit there and threaten to expose someone's SA is completely disgusting, and Morgan needs to be off of this fucking platform. So apparently mommiimk is going to be talking to my family that I'm no contact with because I was SA'd when I was a teenager.
The accusation that I get food stamps. Now, I'm going to have my receipts right up here so y'all can match up the dates. Get this straight, it's not okay to talk about you having a baby with your own dad. But it's okay for you to get on TikTok and whatever other platform that you're using to make false allegation and false claims of SA against my children who are minors. And Good morning, you guys. Let's have a little chat. So as y'all know, over the last few days, I have been warning y'all about going to Peoria, Illinois and getting tatted by Emily Downs and Carissa Applin. Since doing this, Emily has still taken zero accountability and still hasn't apologized to me. Since doing this and talking about this, Emily and Carissa have brought it upon themselves to give family members, friends, their boyfriends, my personal information.
So let me get this straight, Morgan. You thought exposing my SA before I could even have a chance to talk about it was exposing me, but all you did was expose yourself. And then you were trying to talk about my job. I've had the same job for almost 10 years now. And let's watch a little clip real quick of something.
Announcement for y'all, so let's talk about it. So as y'all know, I've been doing TikTok for some years, and it has really financially been a blessing for my family. And for a long time, I have been wanting to go to mortuary school. Out of all the things that I could go to school for, mortuary science is something that I find fulfilling to me.
So, instead of you going to school, you just decided to do what you've known all your life, and that's to be an SW304. And that is because Morgan is a third generation SW worker. Her grandmother and her mother were both SWs, and one of them has charges for prostituting themselves. And you want to sit there and call people a loser like me because I'm working a 9 to 5, but I have an amazing job, and guess what also my job has been paying for me to do? Go to school. So why didn't you tell people about that? About me doing... Stop lying for content, stop trying to use my trauma for clout because you get none, and stop lying and playing the victim when you aren't one. mommiimk claims that she was talking to my family. She was talking to a woman that I have pressed criminal charges against for doing this very same exact thing. And here is the woman right here telling Morgan everything that she said about me on a video that Morgan posted of me last week when she was stalking my court records and literally found absolutely nothing besides me being essayed. And thinking that you were exposing me only exposed who you were because everything that you said was just about 99% a lie about me. And let's be clear, the person that I'm dating is only a couple years older than me, and my second child's father is the same age as me, and you literally can go Maryland case search that, as Morgan gave out all of my baby daddy's names on live today. So why don't you guys just come straight to the source? Because mommiimk is lying for content like she always does. And trying to expose my essay before I ever talked about it online is absolutely fucking disgusting when you are a mother to daughters. And like I said, this is just going to be only the beginning of me breaking down everything, and I'm going to be doing multiple story times on how all of this even started.
So let me get this straight. In order to do your lashes, you need to hold your nostril down, bend over, sniff a few times, and then chop something up. You are fooling nobody, girl. And you know what? This is going to be my last post about you. And let's clock another thing. Here's another example of her posting saying that I am allowing a family member who is a PDF file around my children. I have never and would never. Why are you even making such assumptions about somebody? Literally over TikTok drama. And let's make another thing very clear. I have never started drama with her. She started with me. And when I post about ATW, I'm literally recruiting sellers to join the site. And all of my videos about ATW are simply about recruiting sellers. I have never sought out buyers or promoted myself to buyers on here.
So, of course, mommiimk is once again lying, and she's using a botched live of me that somebody edited and cropped up because that never fucking happened. I didn't do anything like that. But what did you do, Morgan? What's this on your dresser? You got a whole line, all that powder on your dresser. And let's not to mention, you could not stop rubbing your nose during your live yesterday, and your eyes tell it all. And her eyes said it all, and her nose. But anyway, let's talk about this down below because I think that's hilarious. You're using a botched live of me that people actually watched live, and you're trying to lie about it. I go live all the time and do my lashes. I have multiple videos of me bending over my sink and going back up with my lashes. I literally just posted a video the other day and was on live doing my lashes. Are you gonna crop and botch that too?
Let's talk about that video there. And we can all assume what holding the nose down, bending over, sniffing, and then chopping something up means. Now, here's the thing. I have been quiet for months on months on months after being provoked by this specific person. I have been real quiet, and I'm sick and tired of being accused of things, my children being posted and talked about constantly, this, that, and the third. This screenshot was posted also to her story, and this is another example of her insinuating and accusing my children of being victims of SA. I don't know who this person is, and they're not my family or anybody related to me, and has nothing to do with me or my kids. Constantly posting and provoking me and then saying that you're gonna sue me and that I'm harassing you and I'm blocking me to message me directly is crazy. Stop provoking people if you do not want them to talk about your situation. period.
So, Mommy MK filed a false police report on her own blood sister, and she claimed that her sister was posting some photos of her that she wasn't posting. And back in September, Morgan kept making videos like case updates on my case, what's happening with me, and she was just doing this for content, pretending to be a victim. And even Mommy MK's sister said that all of that never happened and that it was all just a lie for content. And lying about those things are very concerning. And I find it so funny that you're sitting here trying to attack me for being a victim in a situation that I had no control over, when you're trying so hard to be a victim when you're not one. And you're just very upset that this got exposed. So, Mommy MK is late to the drama as usual because she's always fake woke and she's usually always drinking piss water. And especially when it comes to me, and I love that for her. Clock it. She made a post about me a couple weeks ago saying I was single, not true, saying that I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Well, that's not even true anymore neither because I already have the keys to my 4-bedroom. And then on top of it, she posted an old live of me that was from like a month or two ago when the Resilient Jenkins stalkers all tried calling CPS on me with snipping lives of me and accused me of things that I was not fucking doing because I was in the middle of doing my lashes. But anyway, Morgan went to post about me, accusing me of things that I wasn't doing, saying that I was doing what she does. And then on top of it, pretending to be fake concerned for my kids. Boo. You want to sit here and be concerned about me and what I do in my life and be concerned about other people and their habits, but babe, you're not even sick and look at your nose. This was the other day. Like, do y'all not see, like, are you for real right now? So, I don't know. That's just crazy as fuck to me. Like, girl, that's not from having a runny nose. I'll tell you that now. Because I actually have a deviated septum because I've been punched and my nose has been broken before. And I freaking still have my nose technically broken in here. And even when I get nosebleeds on the daily every week and I constantly have a runny nose from my nose being broken in the past and it's still healing. My nose has never looked like that, babe. And you're the one with a line of white powder on your dresser. Not me, babe. Let's clock it.
Clock it, clock it. Oh, she did. Clock it, clock it.
So, let me get this straight. Morgan's lying, saying that I said that her kids were SA'd when I never said that to her. And here's the full message. Morgan blocked me, but this is the screenshot that she showed you guys, but I'll show you guys the full screenshot. I never made SA claims about her children. I said that it's wrong for her to post her children in diapers on the same platform where she promotes her ATW. Because we all know that the main buyers off of P sites and ATW is creeps and PDFs. So why are you trying to track that clientele around your children? And second off, why would you lie and make SA claims on your own children? That is fucking disgusting and you need to get serious mental help. Because me being a mother to a fucking daughter, I would never talk about my daughters online. And also, she's using her children right now to lie, to have an excuse to attack an SA victim who is me. And I don't know what stupid bitch said that I called my son a retard, but I've never ever said that about my son, nor would I ever say that about my son. And I actually made a video about somebody else on live, Monty's mama, calling my son the R word. So stop spreading misinformation, because that never fucking happened. I made a whole video about how somebody else called my son the R word. You guys see how shit gets all mixed up and people fucking lie? So there's a creator on this app, mommiimk, who is from Springfield, Illinois, who keeps posting about my essay when I have never even spoken about it online before. And she got that information because she was talking to somebody that abused me. And she is speaking to PDFs. And mind you, she is defending a male who is in jail for the rest of his fucking life for SA. And being a mother to daughters and having such a huge platform, you should be ashamed of yourself. Mommy MK, you are not a real fucking content creator. You are a nobody and you need to get off this app, period. Because thinking you're going to use my essay against me, I'm going to talk about you every fucking day now. It is never okay to expose someone else's essay. That is not your story to share, Morgan. I find it very disturbing that yesterday during Mommy MK's live, when she was talking about my essay, she was talking about it in front of her children. And then even in the middle of something that she was saying about me, one of her kids was like, "Oh my God, what?" And I have no clue why you thought it was okay to wake up, not even brush your hair. That is not okay to talk about that in front of them, and you are a mother, so you should know better. Oh, of course, Mommy MK is once again. So, Mommy MK went live yesterday and said that she was exposing who SA'd me. And really, she was lying because my baby daddy Harry never SA'd me.
Harry is way older than her. Yes. So, it's just weird. She literally is the one who said that her dad is her baby dad. That's what I'm saying.
And yes, I've been SA'd before, but that is none of your business, Morgan. And for two, yes, my baby daddy is Harry, and no, he never SA'd me. And no, he's not an old man. He was born in 1995. And as you can see here, I'll zoom it in real quick. I was born in 1999. And now you're just straight lying on my children and lying on me. And you're also using a botched live that you edited of me, saying that I'm on rugs when I'm not. Girl, you're the one on rugs, obviously. You're just mad that I caught you with a line on your dresser. I go live all the time and do my lashes. All of the time. And everybody's seen that live, and everybody knows that that didn't happen. I'm definitely suing her, and I've already spoken to 3 different lawyers today. Because to think it was okay to come online and expose my essay before I ever talked about it online is sick. And then you're accusing the wrong person of essaying me.
Bending over, sniffing, and then chopping something up means. Now, here's the thing. I have been quiet for
All right, Miss Morgan, it's time that you and I had a little bit of a chit chat. I really think that you need to be humbled a little bit. The energy and the vibes that you give off in your videos are that you think you are better than so much of the population, and it's wrong. But honey, from where I'm standing, you don't really have too much of a place to be dragging creators. From what I understand, you're only like one little step above these people that you are completely dragging. And I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but your entire life could look so much like theirs in an instant. You could find out tomorrow that your boyfriend, baby daddy, husband, I'm not sure if you're married or not, is cheating on you too. And then you guys could break up, and then what? What happens if you become a single mom? Are you going to be able to care for those 3 kids? What would happen if you lost your job or your social media platform and TikTok got shut down? And then all of a sudden you have no income, no man to help support, and 3 kids on your own. What happens if you get evicted? You lose your vehicle. You get put into one of those types of situations that you talk so poorly about all the time. And I know you're probably saying, well, I would do whatever it takes, and I would work 3 jobs to make sure that my kids had what they had and they would never lose a roof over their heads. Well, lots of moms that have lost roofs over their heads and been evicted, especially after like DV situations, have said the same thing, and they still find themselves in that predicament. Lots of moms work a couple of jobs, but what happens when 1 or 2 or 3 of the kids or even the mom gets sick and they miss days of work, or they have to go pick up the kids from school, or the kid cannot return back to school for 24 hours after the fever? Now you've missed work. How are you going to pay for those bills? This happens every day in America. Not to mention that daycare alone is like $150 a week on average per child. So you would probably be spending all of your check paying for daycare unless you qualify for vouchers. And even if you qualify for vouchers, in so many locations, there's a 90-day, 120-day waiting period for those vouchers. So what are you going to do in those 90 to 120 days or whatever it takes in order for you to get that voucher? And you have a huge platform, a great platform. And if you were to just use that platform to help those women level up instead of just tearing people down constantly, you would be amazing. I will also say that you are absolutely stunning. You have a beautiful smile. You have amazing hair. But the negative energy and the poison that just comes out of your mouth constantly takes away from that. There are so many moms out there that are struggling, and they watch your videos and they see you hating on people that are in similar situations as these other women, and that gives them more shame, more guilt. And to an extent, I kind of understand why you feel the need to shame these women online. You feel like they're not doing right by their kids, right? Like Stephanie Jenkins has been in this motel for a very long time. And I would hope that your intent is really just to say, hey girl, wake up. Your baby daddy is not a good guy. You need to do better by your kids. But your delivery on that is coming across as hateful, mean girl. And last time I checked, that's not a really good way to motivate somebody to do better. And not to mention, from where I'm sitting, you do not have a ton of authority to be speaking like that over these people who, like I said, are just barely below you. There are many people that are above you that could be talking like that about you. They could be saying things about how you've been living in a trailer. Well, why don't you work harder? Why don't you put them in a nicer home? Why don't you take them on nice vacations? Why don't you provide private education for them? You're driving a $30,000 car at best. Why aren't you driving an Escalade? It's the same amount of effort and energy. You need to level up, not stay the same, right? So if you're trying to tell the resilient Jenkins that they need to level up, why don't you set the example? Why don't you reach out and offer a helping hand? And lastly, I feel as though you are training your children to be bullies because they are hearing this content that you are making. They are watching their mom talk crap about people all day, every day on the internet. And those are the type of kids that go to school and do this to other children. And there are so many people that could choose to do and say things about you as well. They could crack on you for living in a trailer. They could crack on you for feeding your children McDonald's or ground up pig snout wrapped in pig foreskin constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could choose to come for you in the way that you come for them. And are you ready for that? And if you were to just completely change what your platform is about like that in an instant and say, you know what, I realized that all this hate comment isn't helping anybody. And you were to say, I want to help moms who need help, not people who are out here continuing to have their house absolutely gross for content so that they can make money on it, but actually moms who need the help, right? If you were to turn around and use your platform for good, you would explode because you already have a huge platform. So please just think about it, because nobody out there is so much better than somebody else that they should spend all of their time researching, obsessing over, talking badly about other people constantly.
That this is not my normal content, but mommiimk, aka Morgan, has been doxing my children's address for 3 months now online and putting my children's safety at risk. She has even accused me of being Drew's side piece when she knows that that is not true. And mind you, I didn't even know who Drew's side piece was until like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that was because I was being accused of them. I never followed their page because they engaged with a lot of TikTokers that I do not want to associate myself with from the Desk Squad. And then Morgan, you promote your SW all over your TikTok, which means bringing in creeps and PDF files, because those are the only people that are going to be buying, you know, undergarments from a page that also talks about children. And like me, TikTok is not my whole life like it's Morgan's whole life. This is real life. Meaning that every share, every person that's engaging in Morgan sharing my address, like she was doing earlier in her comment section, because I have screenshots of it, Morgan. You are all putting my children's safety in danger. This is literally just Morgan trying to get content and attention. I have never sent no one to Morgan's house. I've never shared her address. And I honestly think that Morgan needs to get a mental evaluation because she is very highly obsessed with the Jenkins, and it's very unhealthy the way that she's obsessed with them. And it seems like she is just crashing out right now, saying and doing whatever. She's doing criminal activities on here that could get her multiple charges, even child endangerment charges. So I really don't think that you're thinking clear at all, Morgan. And as of this morning, all of the information that I have gathered from Morgan doxing my children it has been sent over to online Crime Stoppers and my local PD. So if you want to keep on getting on here, Morgan, and lying for content like you have been for months and putting my children's safety in danger, go ahead. Because the online world has real life consequences. And I was speaking to a lawyer before a few months ago about Morgan. I even gave her my attorney's number, everything. Told her if she questioned any of it, call them. But then she started being nice to me. She was apologizing, saying that she wasn't gonna dox me again and how she would never do that to a mother. No, she was just tricking me in the meantime, making me think that she wasn't going to keep sharing my address, so I wouldn't pursue with the legal action that I had already started. But that's fine, because I'm picking right back where I dropped.
You be selling farts. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you sell farts. Want to talk about it? I'm arguing with this lady on TikTok, right? This creator. The whole issue is that I posted her ad for foot dust, and she didn't like that. And anyway, so she messaged me. And she's like, don't post my foot dust ads or I'm gonna sue you. And then so fast forward to today, this was like a month ago. And fast forward to today, I'm talking my shit. I'm like, do you want to address the foot dust allegations or what? She said no. She says she don't care. Actually, I'm gonna just post a message. She says she don't care about her ads, which is funny because she was just telling me that she was gonna sue me and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. She said, like, do you know what criminal division is or something? I don't know what the fuck she said. She said something goofy. Anyway, that's what's going on. That's pretty much where we're at with it. That wasn't even the worst, like, ad. Like, you had...
I need to know. Why am I blocked? What I do? I told you that you said you were going to stop talking about the Brazilian Jenkins. You failed to do so. I call you out. I tell you, oh, you're any better. You post your Nikki child in a diaper on a platform. You saw pictures of you saw undies or whatever, undergarments. And I say, how are you any better? And then I get blocked. I'm honored. I'm truly honored, honestly. I really am. Clock it.
Making a video about me and not tagging me like I tagged you is crazy. Making a video about me and not having your stitches on so I can stitch it is even crazier. I said what the fuck I said, and I meant it. And you clearly didn't watch the whole video because I said I don't interact with your or theirs. So I don't understand why TikTok always pushing that to my For You page. I did go to your page, and I did see what else you post. And it was TikTok Shop and the Brazilian Jenkins. But majority and where the money come from is Brazilian Jenkins. So if you care so much about that lady family, donate the money that you make from the videos about her to her kids. I do it because y'all want updates. And then the people in her comments saying the same thing. Good for y'all. I said I'm tired of seeing it. I said I'm tired of it. You do it because you like it. Because you have to go get an update your damn self to be able to update other people. And if I don't like somebody that goddamn much, I'm not on their page for an update. And I'm pretty sure she blocked you. So that means that you got a backup page to go see what the hell they doing with their family every fucking day. And then it's not like you're giving big updates like, ooh, they got a house. Ooh, they moved. They did this. No. Every little step they take, you will be there. It's annoying. You right. It's not for me. But this my shit. And I said I'm tired of seeing you. So now what? Stitch it is even crazier. I said what the fuck I said. And I meant it. And you clearly didn't watch the whole video because I said I don't.
From last year, January, about Morgan and her sister doing some BS. I don't need to say it because I'm going to move out the way and give you guys the screen. So she did it for clout and content, they said. So here you go.